Louis, home game coming up, the first of a quick kind of double header here at the International Stadium against Spennymoor at the weekend. I mean, first off, just in terms of how the boys have kind of been looking in training and things at the moment, is there any sort of difference from last week in terms of selection, who might be kind of available, or any new sort of injuries to contend with?
No, there'll be no new faces joining the squad at the weekend, and that would probably be the same for Tuesday as well. We have got a few players that are getting closer back to training or for selection for squads and for match days. But yeah, for the next 2 games at home, it looks like we're going to be working with the same group.
And today, of course, kind of Elliot Forbes and Dan Ward sort of joined in a little bit in part on the grass. How sort of far away from a return to sort of full training do you think the pair of those might be at the moment?
I think both of them are looking at roughly, minimum 2 weeks, maybe 3 in Forbes' case, but they're getting closer, and it's great to have them out on the pitch, interacting with the group, obviously in the parts of the session that they can, and we're really looking forward to having them back to add to the competition for places, because ultimately that stronger competition amongst the group is going to only push us in one way, which is forward, and to provide a really competitive team for each and every game between now and the end of the season, because we're going to want full depth and full strength for the tasks ahead.
And in terms of Spennymoor on Saturday, although possibly not quite a local derby as such, does it feel like one that could have a bit of extra kind of energy to it, both on the pitch and in the stands as well? I
think so. It's not our local derby in terms of Blythe, but it's always a competitive encounter with Spennymoor, and I think obviously what happened in the last game as well, they'll kind of have the bit between their teeth in terms of trying to get one back on us. The nature of their side, they're strong, they're physical, they're experienced, and they've got some really good players, and they'll come with a confidence which we've ultimately got to match. We've got to impose our game plan on them, being at home as well. So the fact that both teams have got really good players makes that an extra special occasion. But obviously the competition, or should I say the competitive nature of the last fixtures that we've had, is obviously going to line up Saturday for a bit of an extra energy, maybe a tastier affair, shall we say.
And obviously, I suppose not necessarily new managers anymore in terms of Bernard Morley and Anthony Johnson being at Spennymoor, but does this, or will this potentially for them, I suppose, be a game that they'll look to try and kick on from there? Obviously, they had a game in the FA Trophy recently, which by all accounts was a one they were somewhat unfortunate to come out on the wrong side of.
I think they'll be trying to get the most out of the boys from a competitive point of view. They're the good man managers. They try and get the group to compete in every front of the game. Recently, the performances have been good. We've analysed each and every game, Dagenham at the weekend, and obviously the previous 2 league games before that. They probably haven't got the results that I wanted, which probably adds to that little bit of extra bite about the game on Saturday, because they're going to try and turn the momentum at their end. So we know that we've got a big game ahead of us on Saturday, and we've got to be at our best to match their levels, and to impose our game and our identity on them, and the areas of strengths that we'll want to really try and focus on to exploit their weaknesses. The boys are aware of, and we've been working on this week, and we're really confident with our game plan going into Saturday.
And of course, the lads are a confident bunch normally, but I suppose it must be quite a high at the minute, given sort of the way the results and performances went last week. Obviously, quite a few goals and 2 clean sheets against Blythe and Alfred last week to carry into another, let's say, game where you've got a Saturday, Tuesday, and momentum can be kind of a bit of a big thing in such a quick turnaround. Yeah,
the boys are really positive, and ultimately are on the back of not only 2 good results, but 2 really good performances, especially Alfred on Saturday, which was a difficult encounter due to the weather, due to the nature of the opposition in terms of with Reed up top and them being quite big, direct and physical, but we showed that we can deal with that, so we're going to need to take that into Saturday's game, and like I said before, the morale's really high in the group. We've worked really hard this week. We take each game by game, and we don't get carried away with how results are going. We've just got to continue to bring that humble approach and that hard working approach to our preparations, and that'll put us in good stead as it has done so far this season.